Hi, friends. This is Real Talk with Real Mom. I'm Darcy.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Alma, and as always, we're unscripted, unrehearsed. We're an open book, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Woo! Yeah,
Some days it's real ugly.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Yes,
happy Valentine's Day. All right, you guys. So this episode, we want to talk a little bit about us. I mean, it's crazy, you guys, how we all came together. Like, we know the story, but we want you all to know our story of how we came together.
Yeah, because we've never met in real life.
Not yet.
Coming soon.
Hopefully.
We connected through TikTok, and our stories are all really unique how we met. So, like Lindsay said, we know how it all came together, but we want to share that with you.
Yeah. So, Darce, do you want to get right into our story and how we met?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and spill the tea. Let's do it.
Yeah, might as well. People have been waiting for a week to hear how we met and our story. So
can I just preface the fact that I recently just learned about this story? So I'm with everybody else on this side.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's something that we didn't really talk about before.
We just try not to give it too much life because we obviously absolutely adore each other now. But when we first met, we did not like each other. Almost, I would venture to say we hated each other.
Yeah, definitely strong dislike for sure.
Very, very, yeah. Much disdain for my friend Darcy.
Right, but I think it's so important to talk about this is because
I think so too.
I feel like it's common, or it shouldn't be common.
Super common.
Yeah, but it is. I feel like a lot of people go through this and experience this, and we've talked about this a lot. This is Real Talk with Real Moms, and I'm a strong believer. There's some very fine line between. I actually saw a meme or whatever, and it was like there's a difference between talking shit about someone and talking about a shitty person or something.
True. Talking facts about a shitty person.
Yeah, it's like, and not so. I don't think it's cool to bring up drama and talk, but it's also I do think it's cool to bring awareness.
Oh, absolutely. So, okay. So Darcy and I met through, we were all a part of a collaboration, the Motherhood of the Traveling Shirt. And when we were brought to this group, we were both brought in by a mutual friend. At the time, I believed I was kind of an outsider coming in, which after the fact, I found out that really everybody was outsiders coming in.
Right.
But this mutual friend made us all feel isolated in our own way, and then kind of manipulated us to believe certain things about each other. So as time went on, I just really started to have a strong dislike for Darcy. And it's the honest truth. At the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to, is that this person was so convincing in what she was telling me and victimizing herself that she made me believe that Darcy was out to get her.
Right.
That's awful.
And at the end of the day, I think, you guys know, I'm always a rooter for the underdog. I don't.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have that issue with me, and I feel like it's probably because even though I was, I've been talking about this a lot lately on my lives, everything. Even though I felt in with the cool crowd, there were frenemies who bullied me, and because they were my friends, I couldn't be well, my friend's bullying me right now because everyone's that doesn't make sense. She's your friend. So because of that, I think I carry some sort of I don't know, related, I always want to root for the underdog because at one point or another, I felt like the underdog and I didn't have that same support. So now I want to be able to give that, and I'll do it blindly, unfortunately, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and I had no idea that what she was saying to you or what she was doing, and because she was lying. There was just no
truly.
There was no truth to it, and
there's not even beating around the bush. You're let's find a better word. No.
Well, no, yeah. I'm let me. She was just lying. And so I didn't know any of that was going on. Because also I feel and thankfully everyone that we're in the group with, we're in a group chat. Thankfully we have the group chat because it was very clear what was going on. There were, it was very obvious. And so I didn't really know she was trying to turn you against me.
Yeah.
I could tell you didn't like me. But
But you just thought it was for like you in your mind that you couldn't connect these dots. You just thought I was over here being an asshole, which I mean, in reality, it really could truly come up that way. And I understand.
I mean, because like not everyone likes me when they meet me.
Well, like,
that's fine.
I do also have to preference this too with the fact that you guys might not have like been close friends, but for some reason TikTok does not like it. I'm in New York, Alma's in California, Darcy's in like the middle America, and it literally skips me through those states. Like and I love you, Hillary, but I'm about to get real. When I entered that group, I did not know who she was, and I did not like.
Oh, that's right.
Because nobody like that whole entire just I don't know. It just it didn't connect me with your region, so I had no idea who any of you were. But you all had a connection with each other, at least like from seeing each other's TikToks. Like you maybe didn't know each other, but you knew each other that way. So like when you guys were all talking about people, I felt very disconnected too, because I was like, who is this? Who is that? Who is that? Like, what is going on?
We were on a completely people on the West Coast. Everybody that comes on my lives, and they're all on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's so wild.
I feel like they must connect like-minded people, so they believe people in New York and people in California have the same views, so they're gonna connect us.
Connect them, yeah. Well, we're definitely all connected through.
Let's be honest, we don't really know what's going on with the algorithm. If we're truly being honest, we don't really know. We're just guessing.
But so we have a mutual friend, and thankfully, so when I started figuring out what was going on, I was like, well, this makes sense why Lindsay doesn't like me. But it was, I came a long way. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, but I am a good person, and I don't do shady things behind people's back, or talk behind people's back. So like, I was just kind of sitting back, like, I do not know what is going on, but it's not true. And as you know, Lindsay, because you're in our group, like it unfolded, and she was exposed.
Sure did.
Truth came to it, and so I just had to sit back and let, I don't know if it's karma, but just like,
well, not to mention, I mean, like maybe I didn't necessarily believe it when it was you, but like it just became a pattern.
Yes,
when she was starting to like move on to certain people. Oh, that was another thing. Because like there were a lot of people in the group. So there were a lot of people in the group that I did end up like becoming, closer with and having side chats with. And like, unfortunately, Darcy wasn't one of them. So I didn't know what was going on. She was trying to do she was pulling these same tactics on the other people in the group. But then I would come back and be like, well, that's not true because so-and-so and I are talking. Right, and she's already told me. And she's like, oh. And she would do and like, if looking back now, it's a very like, calculated like tactic. And she'll be like, I'm sorry. You're right. You're like, it was very like, okay, can't get you with that one. I'm just going to over apologize until I reel you back in.
Mm-hmm. It was like a really vicious cycle.
That's a lot of work.
But then, so finally, Darcy texts me and says, she's not responding to me. I really would like this to be made clear to her. Can you send it on?
Let's just, she blew up.
Oh, she did.
In our group chat.
Truly,
so
if you're watching this, we hope that you're doing better. We're praying for you.
Yeah, I mean, yes, no hard feelings at all. But that's how it kind of all got exposed. She freaked out on me in the group chat. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, where'd that come from? And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
meanwhile, on the side, she was literally like, she was building me up for it. She was feeding me all of her lines, giving me for days. Like, it was like a build up. Like, and she was like, I was wearing her weight, you guys. I will definitely, like, I have very, empath tendencies. I feel everyone's feelings. So like, I was already getting in her very heavy state. Mm-hmm. And then Darcy was frustrated, and she was frustrated over, by the way, like, I would also like to say that I didn't realize it was a Zoom class. I just thought you were like on a Zoom, like with a friend or like, something. I didn't know it was your class. So that was another thing. Darcy says, oh God, we did all this and now I'm missing my Zoom. And I was like, this girl's having a literal mental break. Yeah.
So we had all decided to launch the Motherhood of the Traveling Shirts one morning. Yeah. And we had to like put a video together, edit it. If you were on TikTok, it takes time to do that. And so I had done all that, and I had a Zoom meeting the next morning. And so everyone agreed to do it at a certain time. Well, it didn't work for me, but I never like to be the person that's like, let's arrange everything for me. So I was just like, I messaged my class, like the people I was in the group with, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Can we push this back? And they were like, sure, that's fine. And I was like, I'm so sorry, but they
Mhm.
were, anyways. Well, then the next morning, we didn't do it. And I was like,
Right.
because of this girl, she was just like, I'm not doing it this morning. And I was just like, a whole group
Yeah.
of us
Yeah.
have planned to do this. And then so I said, I said, that's fine. We can do it tomorrow. I'm just frustrated because I missed
Right.
my Zoom. I rescheduled my Zoom meeting for this. So it's a little frustrating. And then she was like, bam,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. And so I can see again how that, I guess people, I mean,
Well, and like I said, she was building me up for it as much as she was building herself up for it. Like this wasn't like I was going through 3 days of like her depression, anxiety, and feeling all those feelings as well. So I was already probably in a pretty toxic state because of somebody that I had never even met in real life and I had only known for a very short amount of time. So at that point, like I was already feeling her feelings and it was becoming extremely heavy. And then over the next few weeks, like it really just got to a point where like I had to take a step back and be like, first of all, I'm not. And so, Darcy, when you met me, I was wearing her feelings on my sleeve. I wasn't
yeah,
wearing
I
my
was gonna
own.
say, I'm really proud of you for taking a step back and
Yeah.
reaching out to, like we talked and everything and kind of putting
Hmm.
things together
Well,
because
and then I thought like it became clear. I was like, I'm getting one side, and it seems like every version of every story ends with her being the victim. But then now she's doing it to people who like I can't see that happening.
right,
Like at first I
exactly.
could see it with Darcy because I didn't know Darcy.
Right.
I could,
Right.
in my mind, that was who Darcy was because that was the picture that was painted from day one.
But isn't it
Um,
incredible how somebody can make you see what's not really there?
Yeah.
oh,
It's
yeah,
Which, okay, so
amazing.
this person was
absolutely.
doing things like, which I think it's funny because you guys know I have with TikTok. Like I'm just like with TikTok, I just think people get really into it. But she was even doing things like Lindsay. She's only
Oh,
commenting
yeah.
emojis on
And
my
then,
videos.
like, from there, like, I didn't even realize it, but Darcy was, like, not, like, 'cause, oh, guys, TikTok's overwhelming. And I went back and I was like, by the way, she's commenting on your stuff. Darcy's not even commenting on my, like, and then so we had a conversation about that. I
I
was like,
mean,
Darcy,
but
like, you're not even supporting me. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't think you would know this. I was like, well, I didn't until so-and-so said that you're only doing
yeah,
this for them.
and that's the thing. So it got to the point where she was like, she is only commenting emojis. How dare her? I'm like,
Right. She's not doing enough. It was never enough.
what?
Nothing's never enough
You want me? Yeah, like so now you want me to support you, but you want me to like it ain't good
in
enough.
your way, like
I
on your
mean,
rules.
yeah,
Yeah.
and to me that was just like ridiculous.
Yeah. No,
But
I agree.
it's all of those are the same traits that people hold that do that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're just really they're red flags
Mhm.
that were ignored or like
Yeah.
looked over.
Right.
And
Well,
I think
but
that's easy
although
to
I
do.
think that she did a really good job of isolating me so that she
Yes.
could
Well,
manipulate me.
yeah,
Because and it worked on her behalf that I had never I had never even seen your pages or your TikToks. I had
right.
no idea who you guys were. I just knew that you guys all engaged with each other. You all had
Mhm.
some idea or understanding of each other. And at that point, I thought you guys were all friends and I was somebody coming in new. So she
Right.
did a really good job of manipulating me to believe that, again, I was the outsider. So I took that. And then she was
Yeah.
like, now, oh, but I'm going to pull you in and I'm going to be your friend kind of idea. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like
Those
still
are, those are the
attachment.
skills. Those are the
well, so that's the thing is, we definitely got off on the wrong foot. We did not like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the important thing about this story is not to talk bad about this person, because I feel like
No.
at some point in our life we've all been there. We've all been there where we feel like we
ab-
desperately want for the friendship.
Yeah.
And so like Lindsay said earlier, no hard feelings. We hope she's doing well.
But from there, so Darcy and I, we ended up, Darcy was like, I really feel like she needs to hear this, but she's not responding to me. I want to make it
Yes.
crystal clear. And I
I
actually,
was getting personal messages like, "What did
right.
you do to her?" Like she's talking about you and her lives and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know.
So yeah, so I actually declined. I said, Darcy, I'm sorry, but at this point, it's getting a little too heavy and toxic for me. I'd really like to not be a part of that. But instead, since we're here, why don't we start to hash out our feelings? And
Mhm.
truthfully, we didn't really I think we kind of we understood some points, with each other. Like I told you that it was hard for me to understand you because I felt like, I wasn't really getting like any of the friendship side with you because you were so busy. And like, you know, you said you're right. Like you were like, I'm working on sharing more of my life. We've obviously since then become very close, and we, you know a lot more about each other.
You make a really good point. I need to be more just in all my group chats and with, my friends that I met through TikTok. But just like everybody, we all have a lot going on. And Absolutely. I feel like I'm not very vocal. Like, I mean, with you guys, I'll go, like MIA for a day or hours and is everything okay? And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm just busy. And sometimes like, no, I'm not okay. I'm very overwhelmed. And I just don't, so yeah, that was a good point.
You don't want to like, I understand you probably don't want to lay that on other people, but
and so that was a good point. Lindsay was like the Zoom thing. Mm-hmm. I remember you were like, we're gonna have to agree to disagree because I think it was really rude of you to be like, I'm just a little frustrated because I missed my Zoom meeting. And because again, I was like, you probably just thought it was like a friendship Zoom meeting,
right?
No,
and also school. I was dealing with like the devastation of like personally of a mental break. Like this girl,
right?
Honestly,
so
like
Zoom
some
meeting,
of the things I still
mental health
in my head.
Right, like Zoom meeting, mental health. Of course, mental health is more important.
So, and
I'm not saying more important. I understand your frustration
feelings with, and there are people that you don't share your feelings with. There's people who are acquaintances, and then there's people who you share your feelings with. And it's hard when you have a large setting to express yourself in a way when you only want to discuss that with certain people.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You know what? After I brought that point up, Darcy, I feel like you have made a very like huge attempt to start to open up more and give us more of your life. I feel super connected with you. I feel like you trust me, and now like I feel like I trust you, and like you're like one of my best, like you're like one of my like I literally, you guys, Darcy and I now talk on the phone till 1 a.m. That's the kind of friendship that we have now.
I love that.
Yeah,
and
like
out.
And
you
I'm
know
not
what's really
a private person.
I'm just kidding.
When you I was like,
she's like, why don't you get on?
I feel like I have to be awake. Like, out here. I want to be on the
a night owl
in the morning because that's earlier for me.
True.
That's true. But, no, but that's the thing is like, and I'm not a private person at all. If you are on my social media, you know that.
Yeah.
But, I do have a hard time like expressing my burdens or my stresses
on other people. Else.
Yeah. So, but I am trying to get better about that. I'm like, please, be sad with me, okay? Fine.
But you know what's fun? You guys, we've had this conversation a few times before because you talk about life and we bring it up sometimes. And I feel like, what's been really fun about this time around is we've learned new things about each other. I feel like we've talked about different things that like, I don't think I've ever like told you different parts of that. Like, I don't know if you've ever like even knew that like, I was already like, I was like dealing with all of that for 3 days. I don't think you've actually, so you probably were like, why is this girl getting so angry for no reason? Which would have,
Lindsay,
from the outside
what it comes down to is you're a good friend. You were such a good friend to her, so I can't fault you for that. I mean, I don't like
but
you
like,
hated me.
I can understand your frustrations too, because you're like, what did I ever do to this girl to make her feel a type of way about me? And I understand that too.
But I think that's very common. I think a lot of people are probably watching this thinking, and like, if you are watching this, if you've experienced that, or what we're talking about, where you're in a friendship that's like this, comment and let us know, because I feel like it's very common.
Yeah.
Toxic friendships are extremely, extremely common. And most of us are people who are empaths like Lindsay, who feel other people's feelings. Mm-hmm. It's really, really hard for people to let that go, and because it feels selfish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so until you set those like wonderful boundaries up, then there's you're almost as miserable as the person with the feeling.
Oh, you definitely are.
Yeah.
Definitely are. Okay.
Or worse.
Just for sake of time, love you, Jars. Why don't we talk about now Darcy and Alma a little bit? How'd you guys meet? Give us your story.
Because I'm obsessed with her.
I know. Tell me more.
Like, I'm totally obsessed with you. I had seen her on my lives and stuff, and like her videos, and first of all, she's like on the outside gorgeous, and I was like, I want to look like her. Then when I would watch her stuff, I just loved her. She's so beautiful inside and out, and so I was obsessed with her. That's how I met her, and then she came into my life.
I did. I went into Darcy's life, and I was just like, I felt like a nobody. I'm a really small account.
You're never nobody.
But I went in and I loved her lives because I think she's the most like super, super hysterical. And I I loved going into her life. It was always like an adventure on her lives. And if you guys go into her lives, there's always something like hysterical happening and you literally pee your pants laughing. So I went into her live and I was like, oh, hello. Like I typed in hello and like a little emoji. And I was, she's not going to see this. And she reads every comment, of course, in every single live. She reads every comment. And when she got to my comment, she like screamed and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're in here. I'm totally obsessed with you. And I was like,
I have no chill. No chill.
You know my name? Like, you know my name? It made me feel like so special. It made me feel
I love it.
Special. But she was talking and then she was trying to figure out how to pronounce my name. And that
took a while.
Okay.
It took a while.
I remember you saying that Alma, like the
Alma or Alma?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now I totally use that. I totally use the one or two. Like, tell me one or two. But it was like, I felt like, I don't know. It was really like fun because I felt like, I don't know, special. I don't know how to explain it, but like I listened.
I was obsessed with you.
I love content. I was like, oh, this is so exciting for me.
I love it.
That's so funny. From there, like you guys connected, like what, like just on through TikTok,
like started messaging and like video, and stuff like that. Like,
and then and then I sent her. I was like, hey, if you need anything, here's my number.
So funnily enough,
I like tried to keep it.
Alma and I. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say when she sent me her number, I like waited. I was like, I'm gonna wait like a little bit before I text her.
Wait, so you did like the boyfriend tactic? Like,
yeah, I did. I was like, let me just like the date. Like, I didn't wait 3 days. I could not do 3 days. I waited like 3 minutes, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Oh well, that's good for Darcy. I mean,
right?
Definitely good for Darcy.
Had some chill there. Okay, so then you guys connected on my live, didn't you?
Yeah, we actually met in your live too.
I feel like you're the center of all these friendships. Like,
well, what's so funny is like I was like, Alma's a moderator. I was like, I don't even know who this Alma chick is, and she's Darcy's moderator. Like that was caught my eye. It's like, who is Alma? Why am I not a moderator? How do I get like what the, like no? But so then I'm
that cool. I'm that cool.
Responded to a question that I asked, I think, and Darcy was doing her thing. 30 comments behind, and I think so Alma responded to it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like we just started chatting, and then I think you met, like, did you message me or did I message you? Because I can't remember.
But I don't remember.
We connected.
Numbers. Yeah,
it literally happened so quickly, you guys. It was like we messaged, then we got phone numbers, and then like all of a sudden, like Darcy and I were like having a conversation about like just group chats and like how like to keep that some of the moms wanted to have a group chat, and I was like, well, they get to be a lot, blah blah blah. But then all of a sudden she's like, well, so like when you talk with Alma, is it like on TikTok or like do you text? And I was like, well, it's a very new relationship.
Okay, you.
I was like, so like we're still courting, but we text, but we're very new, very fresh.
TikTok relationships or friendships are so funny because if you move that quickly in real life, like you a hoe. But if you do it on TikTok, it's fine. Like we're not whores, we're just fun.
No, of course. So then Darcy was all like, okay, well, like if you wanted to start a group chat with Alma, I would totally be in that group chat.
Like,
so there we go, guys. Totally. Like this is how we all came together. Darcy was high key obsessed with Alma, hated me. I'm always Darcy's bridesmaid, never her bride. No, but honestly, so then, we were just chatting and like literally very casually one night, it was like, guys, again, very, very quick with our TikTok relationship, like the second day in our group chat, I very jokingly said, Susan, which have I referenced her yet? Susan's
no, not yet.
So guys, remember that reference because you're going to hear a good Susan reference pretty much all the time. But anyways, I was like, my mother's like Susan was like, you should get a YouTube channel. There's this kid, he makes $27 million for reviewing or toys. And I was like, well, I want to make $27 million. So I like jokingly sent it to them. And like literally the responses were like, I think one person said, I'm in. And then the other person was like, I'm down for YouTube. And I was like, oh,
let's do it.
I was like, we're doing this. We're doing this. And we were like, yeah, we're doing this. And here we are, guys.
And it moved really quickly. Like, we came up with a name. You guys designed a logo.
We had also, like, we had like a whole other name, remember? Like,
yeah, we had another, we had various names.
No, like we settled, like almost like settled on it. Like, wasn't it like the
Three Moms and the Bottle of Wine or something like that?
Yeah,
Three
or
Moms
like
and a
that.
Bottle of
And
Wine.
then all of a sudden we were like, we don't want to be weighed down to just one type of alcohol. We like them all. We do not.
Yeah. We're like, listen, we want great cocktails.
And
we
you
like
guys, Real Talk with Real Moms wasn't even on our list of names. I literally just blurted it out. I was like, what about Real Talk with Real Moms?
No, and it turned out to be absolutely perfect. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it's a dream. I love it.
I think, and
I love it too. Yeah.
You know, I was actually just on a live right before we got on this, and like, I was just talking about, like, I just feel like we have like really, like, we have good things to say. Like, we've got a lot of things that people, I feel like, need to hear. Like, I feel
that we're pretty open. Like, I feel like there's no shame, and there's no embarrassment between us. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, honestly, and people, there's so many things. And I had children. So my kids are older than your guys' kids, but I had children older, and I was one of the first friends, I guess, one of the first friends to have children. And no one talked about a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. And so I feel like a lot of women are still in that mindset where it's not okay to talk about being a mom and the bad side to being a mom, other than like the beautiful.
Like, everyone knows being a mom is amazing and beautiful and rewarding, and that's how we identify ourselves. Everyone knows that. If you're a mom, you know. But you know what? It also
we all have to live a very Facebook life where we show only the best parts of it. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to give you my rough, raw, everyday. That was bullshit, kid. You're an asshole.
Yep.
Husband, stop acting like that right now. I'm going to give you all of my life. I'm not holding it back, because this, like, if I expect to get through my marriage, like, it's not going to be easy. Like, I want you to know that, like, if you're in it for the long haul, you're going to have these problems too. You're going to face these issues too. And it's okay. It's all
very normal.
Well, I feel that lately social media has made marriages like marriages and relationships and families like that, where if it's not perfect, people give up pretty quickly. Yeah. They give up pretty quickly, and the struggles behind it are never shown. So we have like a lot of things happen in families and relationships where if it's not ideal because somebody else's family is perfect, then there's a problem within the
overwhelming for you. And now you're looking, you want to jump ship and you want to find that.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And you're not going to.
Right. No, because there is no perfect. There's no
the behind the scenes is a lot of work to try to, it's a lot of work in general, just like anything in life. But I think since social media became a big thing, everyone just posts beautiful times, and the 35,000 pictures that you take to get one.
Yeah. And you know what, Alma? That's a really good point. That's a really good point of view as to why maybe we're seeing increasing divorce numbers, because people are trying like overwhelmingly hard to obtain this lifestyle that they see other people having, which isn't a true version of their life. And like,
I mean, think about it. Even when you start in the dating process now, you swipe right or you swipe left. Like, if you don't like the way that somebody looks, that has nothing to do with who they are or how they treat you. And so that all starts from that visual aspect.
Right. Your first impression is still
so many friends who have met the love of their lives online dating and have gotten married and they have children and they have amazing and beautiful families. Mm-hmm. But like in the end, like if your tooth is a little crooked and
imagine if you slept left on your soulmate. Wait, imagine if you slept left on your soulmate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But it starts from there. But I love that all these things are coming out and the real truth is coming out, and people are honest, and everyone has a different type of life and a different type of relationship and a different type of marriage. And
in between the three of us, we've experienced. Between the three of us, we have different lives,
different trauma.
But like with Lindsay, and I know we'll talk about it with your security issue. But like that's a story that people need to hear. Absolutely. And I know there are going to be ladies watching this that are going to be like,
absolutely,
I went through that. I feel it. Thank you for saying those things, because I think those things.
Yeah. Thank you for validating me.
Yes. Yeah. And, because I feel like a lot of people keep things in because they're afraid of how it's going to sound or how people are going to view them. But we don't want to keep anything in, and we don't want you to keep anything in. Like,
yeah. And you know what's so funny you say that is, you guys know I just started promoting a product, and I literally had this conversation last night with the fact that like I'm very open on my TikTok now, and that's because in my mind I for some reason segregate that and believe that people in my town don't watch me on TikTok, which is a lie because it's whatever, but like
they're
now I
watching.
had to start posting more often on my Instagram. And I was saying every single day I wake up, and it's a struggle for me to feel comfortable doing that because I still feel like that judged 18-year-old some days where like, who's going to be judging me today? Who's going to be talking about me today? But at the same time, like, I also know who I am. I also know that like I would never do something that I don't personally love. And so like,
Right.
if I help 5 people, but 18 people talked about me today, well, first of all, I have 18 fans. Second of all, 5 more people, their life is better because of something that I helped them do or told them or gave
Focus
them.
on the positive. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, it's taxing, but the people who are judging you, they're just white noise. Like, it's time to drown them out.
White noise is like the perfect,
It's time to make them not, like, it's time to make them the stigma and normalize being us.
Yeah.
Like, stop, like, bullying and judging is the stick, So that's what I'm hoping that,
and that's what the world needs to stop, because there's so many awesome like keyboard warriors that really are not happy with their lives, and they come and they actually I posted a TikTok about it yesterday about the trolls coming out and not taking advice from somebody that you wouldn't seek advice from.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a friend who always says, don't take advice from someone who wouldn't take their own advice. Who wouldn't change their own life, Yeah,
like do not accept criticism from somebody you will not seek advice from.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that it needs to be.
It sounds easy, but it's hard to learn.
Very true.
We all struggle with it. So
yeah.
Yep. I think so that's kind of I would say long story short, but it wasn't very short. How we all came together, and
you guys had a rough start, and I love it, and I love that we're here now. Because
I think it makes us appreciate our friendship and our relationship that much more, because we had to go a long way to get where we are. And like honestly, I can say that Darcy's one of my best friends. She probably knows the most about me in my life day to day. Yeah, and like so. It's important to know that like just because you start in a certain place doesn't mean you have to end there. And it doesn't mean that you have to like it's okay to be stubborn, independent, and set in your ways, but like also it's okay to change and to like mature and to mold into a new version of yourself where like you can be more accepting and you can maybe see another version of somebody that you didn't see before.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I think it's really incredible. I think it's really important for people to know that growth and change isn't bad. That they don't have, like, if they had an opinion, a very strong opinion of something, it's okay for it to change. And if somebody makes a comment about it, it's all about learning and growing and making sure that you're the best version of who you are.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people, like you guys, that person put a different image of each other, of you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And that's the other thing, too, is like, my goal going forward is like, if I didn't hear it from that person, I can't, and this has actually happened several times where people have been like, well, did you hear about, and this is in a small town did you hear about so-and-so? And I literally look at them and I'm like, I didn't hear from them. So I'm choosing not to believe it.
Yeah.
Until I hear it from that person, that is my new phrase that I like to like actively try to remember is I'm choosing not to believe that.
Well, and we all like gossip. We're human. I mean,
of course.
It's like,
absolutely.
Something I've been doing like the past couple of years that, I mean, not all the time because I'm not perfect, but.
You're not?
No, I'm not actually. I mean, like, no, I mean, really close, obviously, but no.
Let's ask Paul about that. Let's see what he
like, not perfect. But when someone is talking to me, and again, there's a difference in like venting if my friends want to vent, but when someone comes to me and they're like, did you hear this about so-and-so? I'm always like, oh, like I don't know that person. And so like, I really don't want to hear, like, let's just pause. Like, I don't want you to have to like say that because
Girl, your chin is looking like chiseled. You're looking good right now.
It's contour. Thank you. I love it. Thank you. Okay.
I see your gym posts. I see your gym posts every day.
Thank you. I'm trying. Thank you very much.
I have ADHD. We already know this. I'm sorry.
You can
we'll
interrupt
talk
me
about it all the time.
You can interrupt me anytime to tell me how good I look. Okay.
How beautiful you look. Okay.
Yeah.
No, good chance. Well, anyway, let's change gears anyway. Today is our Valentine's Day episode anyway. So, wait, not anyway.
Oh, yeah.
It is our Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah,
so let's talk about some traditions that we normally do. You know, what you might have done before the pandemic, and then also like what you're going to be doing this year to celebrate within the pandemic.
Well, Valentine's Day has never been it's never been an exciting holiday for me. And not because of like the whole love thing. I have just found it, and I don't want to be the stigma of like, oh, Valentine's Day, the only day where people love you. It's not even about that. Like, to be honest, it's not about like anti-Valentine's Day. I just hated, like, once I got older and was like, when you're little and you pass Valentine's out, super cute. Absolutely love it.
I already got Gigi's for her class.
So cute. Like, I love it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my kids. But, well, this airs on Valentine's Day. Obviously, this was not recorded on Valentine's Day. When I started dating and doing Valentine's and going out to dinner, like once I got to an age where like, you know, your boyfriend or significant other took you to dinner, and, you know, I hate fixed menus.
That's right. You said that.
I hate, unless it's like an event where you're going like for a fixed menu.
So you guys, we don't rehearse these. We actually had to this is the second time we're shooting this because our first one had no sound. So when we say, oh yeah, that's right, it's because after episode 3, we don't know anything about what's going on in that episode.
So I don't like fixed menus, and 2, the restaurants get like super, super crowded, and I feel like it's an obligation to go. So what my husband and I
prove your love for the masses.
I feel like Valentine's Day turns into a chore and not something that I was enjoying. And so what we started to do, which we absolutely loved, we're super social people, like ridiculously social people. So we started in college, we started inviting people over.
You, Alma, I could never believe that you're super social.
No, I didn't know that at all. Oh my
gosh.
Sorry, up there?
Are we checking for
that in the case?
I felt like I'm okay, sorry.
You looking real
so we started inviting people over, and we started just like having like pizza and beer night, and like people would come and things like that. And it slowly evolved into like us growing up and then doing like wine and cocktails and making our own pizzas, and people bringing toppings and drinks, and like just getting together. And we would have like Trader Joe's dough, and you can make your own pizzas, grill, and oven. And it turned into something like that, which turned into a great tradition. Our kids now love it. And it's something fun to do with friends and family, especially people who don't have a significant other and feel like
that, Alma.
Yeah. Oh, that's so kind. I love that.
So it was just an open invitation.
That's probably what you're going to be doing this year too, then, with your small group of friends.
With my
Alma, gifts or no gifts?
Huh?
Gifts or no gifts?
Gifts or no gifts?
No.
You and your okay.
No. To be honest, I would rather receive a gift on a random day than on Valentine's Day. And it's just my opinion. Some people love it. Like one of my best friends, she's obsessed with Valentine's Day. She's actually getting married on Valentine's Day on next Sunday. And so when you're obsessed,
are you going?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going to it?
No, it's going to be via Zoom, and they're just doing immediate family. Like her parents, his parents, and siblings, and nieces and nephews, like their children. And it's both of their second marriages, but they're getting married.
They're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. They're going to be able to celebrate their anniversary on Valentine's Day. That's
right. And she's obsessed with Valentine's.
Smart. Yeah.
It's her favorite holiday. She loves it, and she just does. And so there's different. She just does. She really does. She's like the definition of like a pink Valentine's Day person. Like that's she is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And like it's just I would prefer I love Halloween. I don't know. Like
I love Halloween too. Actually, if we're being honest, my favorite all-time holiday is Thanksgiving. I know that's kind of weird, but it is. It's my favorite.
Me too.
Food-wise,
great food.
Right.
We have more family come in for Thanksgiving than we do Christmas, because Christmas is such a hard time to like travel with kids and whatever. So we end up seeing more of our family on Thanksgiving. So personally, to me, it's a good one. But you guys, that's for another day, because we love to ramble.
But basically, we created a tradition amongst friends, things like that, because that's what we love.
Yeah.
Like, I love my husband. I love spending time with my husband, but I love being with other people, even traveling with other people. Like
Me
I think it's
too. That's how I am too. Yeah.
And
oh, Darcy, you're like that. I would have never known with the 15 trips you have planned this year.
That's
I'm a little jealous of that.
If you guys have seen Darcy on TikTok, I think you know that too.
Yeah, I do like to travel. Actually, I don't like to travel, but I like hanging out with my friends.
Fair enough. I mean, I understand that. Like,
I just love, I like conversation, and people like, I'm one of those people who loves to talk on the phone. Like, I know people are like,
too. I do too.
When they're like, just text me, like, don't call me. Like,
if I'm on the phone with either of you, like, I'm designating at least 1 hour. Like, I know that already. Like, if I'm not, if I don't have 1 hour, like, I'm sorry, you guys get ignored. Like, it's true, because I know that, like, it's got to be all or nothing.
Right. No, I'm with you on that.
And I love it. Like, I love it. Like, I love being able to chat with you guys.
I call people, and they always ignore your call, and they text, and they're like, what do you need? And I'm like,
you're like, to talk to you on the phone. That's why I call.
I want to talk to you.
No, I do like, and you know what? Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of friends, and you two are the only ones that I really talk to on the phone. And like, I had to get used to it at first, but I really love it now. Like, I love that. Especially because we can't connect in person. So that's important for us to have that, at least that kind of connection, like not just texting, because I feel like you will lose a lot of like,
and you guys are younger than I am, but like I didn't get texting till like middle of high school. Like, so like,
oh my God, you guys, Alma is hilarious. She'll be like, I'm not very tech savvy. I don't know how to do that.
I'm like the old part of the group.
Whatever. No,
she's like 95.
How do I do this? And then I realized like I Google and YouTube everything to try to learn how to do it. And when I can't figure it out is when
oh my God,
I have this like theory. If I can't figure it out on Google or YouTube, then I will.
It's not worth it.
Because
okay. See, if I couldn't figure it out on Google or YouTube, I would have been like, I don't need to know that. I feel like
it doesn't exist. If I can't find it on Google, it must not exist.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we got off topic again. So, Darce, what do you do for Valentine's Day?
Okay, so first of all, I'm obsessed with love. So I love Valentine's Day. But it's kind of weird.
Her husband are gross.
Yeah, we are. We're really gross. But still not perfect. Like I almost killed him this morning, but he's alive. He's fine.
And a baby.
But I love love, and I love Valentine's Day. That being said, I love wearing heart stuff, and I love having helping Kennedy make her cards. But we don't do gifts. Like Paul and I don't really exchange gifts for Valentine's Day. And he usually brings, me and Kennedy flowers. And we'll go out to dinner, but it's not like a huge thing. I just love love. Like we don't go to like, one of those fancy restaurants with a set menu, and he doesn't wear a tie. I mean, so I love Valentine's Day, and it's so fun, but I also love like Galentine's, like with my friends, and like I just love love so much. So I love love. But for Valentine's Day, we'll order a pizza or make a pizza. So it's not about what we do, it's about who we're with and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
So yeah.
So you'll probably do that again this Valentine's Day.
Well,
yeah. Are you starting to set up your plans for Valentine's Day then? Do you guys know what you're doing?
No.
Like so
we didn't get married on Valentine's Day, but our anniversary is like within the same week of Valentine's Day. So we kind of knock out two birds with one stone. So like tonight we're going out to dinner for our anniversary, but then on Valentine's Day we will probably make a pizza at home with Kennedy, something like that.
What I really want to do, since I have boys, like what I do want to do, and you were just talking about like making cards, and Paul bringing, both of you flowers. Like even though we don't do like a lovey Valentine's Day, like I do, like I have this huge goal to show my boys, to love, I guess, treating girls on Valentine's Day, because not all. I mean, there's so many women out there and girls who love Valentine's Day and feel like that is the day that you need to
do a very special day for them, right?
Right. So like what I really want to do is like just show them that like even though it's not my favorite holiday, like it's so important to so many other girls. And my oldest is going to be 10, so he's getting at the age where like girls are pretty and like he.
Yes. Like, well, it doesn't have to be diamonds. It could be a handwritten card.
Like if he has, or even like if he has a special like love for somebody, that he can make them a specific card or flowers or whatever the case may be. And he knows that he can treat them and like with the love of Valentine's Day as well, because a lot of people do love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
So
I
they need to
agree.
be respectful and love to love the person that they're interested in at the time. And I say 10 as if my kid's gonna drive and take somebody on a date, but like
No, it's still
he's getting to the age
great
where
to
he's
show love. Yeah.
understanding, where he's
Yeah.
understanding, and he and we're like Jeremy and I are super cheesy, but like so he sees that, but he needs to also learn that it's an important holiday for a lot of people.
Cute. Yeah. True. I love that. Yeah. So I'm actually very different than both of you. We do. So again, I live in New York. They're in warmer climates. But here in New York, like we have a tendency, kind of like at the end of December through January to really just kind of hibernate. Like we don't go out. It's cold. It's dark. It's a depressing time. Like literally seasonal depression is super real up here because we don't have we don't have enough sun. We don't have enough light. So like we take this opportunity and we plan a staycation on
I love
Valentine's
it.
Day.
I love that.
We've done like really cute, super like boutique-y, like, hotels where each room is different. And it's just an experience. Like, we used to do gifts. We don't do gifts now that we have our daughter. We do more experiences. Like that is more important to us because as much as we do love our daughter, like we still need to fill our cups too. Like we need to have each time with each other. And we don't get that a lot. And like I said, like it's a different like way of life. Like Alma, you're able to just go sit in your backyard and feel fulfilled. Right now, if you guys saw my Instagram, literally we have about 2 feet of snow outside right now. So
Yeah,
I can't, there's nothing I can
insane.
do.
I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna say it's cool here, but it's like blazing hot compared to where you are.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So that being said, like we get dressed up. Like I put on my highest heels. Like we found this super, like one year we went to this super cute place where it was like, dinner in the restaurant. Then we went over to all in the same place. It was like a revolving bar. Then we went up to the top floor. We went out and we did like a rooftop bar with like heaters and everything. And like, and then by the end of the night, we just had to stumble back to our room. We didn't have to go drive anywhere. It was great. We didn't go outside, but we felt good about it at the end of the day. So that's how we spend our Valentine's Day normally. Unfortunately, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and as you all know, or you will know because I talk about it more often, or I will talk about it, whatever. We're very locked down. Like it's hard for us to justify going anywhere because then we end up having to like take special precautions and quarantine and this and that. And like, so for that reason alone, I just try to like limit my exposure to outside and being around people because personally, I'm sick of this pandemic and I want to get over it. And like, we're not, yeah. So that being said, this Valentine's Day will be spent with my parents. My mom offered to cook us a surf and turf dinner, so it'll be us and the kiddo. Yeah, and like my mom, she's great. She's gotta love Susan. Gotta love her. I can't wait for you. Honestly, I can't wait for you two to meet her because you guys will love her. But she's just the kind of person that goes above and beyond. Like I already can tell, like she'll have roses on the table. She'll like have it set up. Aww. She'll have it beautiful, and it will be like a very special memory. But I hope that after this year we'll go back to our regular plans and like, what's that?
Maybe she can keep Gia for the night.
Yeah, she probably will. But anyway, so yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. I love that, like everything that we all do and anybody that whatever they choose to do, like everything's okay. Like there's no like specific way,
right?
Like celebrate.
Well, and I like too that you mentioned that like it became a chore for you because you were always trying to like live up to a certain expectation of how it was meant to be, and so instead of doing that, you just ditched the traditional way of celebrating altogether, and now you're much happier. And that
much happier. Like the first year that we started dating, we went out to dinner with another couple. Like we did a double date.
Darcy, are we boring you?
No, but I have to go like in 2 minutes.
All right. Well, good. Yeah. You know what? We're about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So
we'll tell the story later.
What's our hot topic for today? Wait, what?
My God. Valentine's Day. So like sexy time, foreplay? Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yeah.
What's it called? Foreplay?
Oral?
No. Foreplay?
I love it. I was dying. Okay. So again,
it's just a yes or a no, and then we're done.
Yeah. So Every week there'll be a hot topic.
Yep. Every week there's a hot topic, guys. You want me to go or you want to go?
No, you go.
All right. Every week we're going to pick a hot topic. Some weeks we'll all know what it is. Some weeks it will be a surprise by one of us. And it's a yes, a no, agree, disagree, and then that's it. So our hot topic this week is foreplay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's the only way to go. Yes, absolutely. A million times yes. All right, you guys, have a great day. Enjoy a cocktail, and we will see you guys all next week.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.